Hey guys, Grace and I just went to see a preview screening of Joyride, which is a comedy. The plot is when Audrey's business trip to Asia goes sideways, she enlists the help of Lolo, her childhood best friend, Kat, a college friend, and Deadeye, Lolo's eccentric cousin. The wild, no-holds-barred experience becomes a journey of bonding, friendship, belonging, and wild debauchery that reveals the universal truth of what it means to know and love who you are. So, this is going to be a non spoiler review on the movie, but before we get started, please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment down below on your thoughts on the movie when you see it in cinemas on the 4th of August. Right, I already said it was a comedy, and it was really funny.
It
It
was.
was it was like one joke after the other, and it didn't feel like it was too much. It didn't feel like it was too packed. And I'm thinking about Thor: Love and Thunder when I say that. It felt like it was perfect. Maybe because it's supposed to be a comedy, maybe that's why. But yeah, the comedy was just really good. It was a big sell. I haven't laughed like that in years. It felt so natural, but it like the characters really pulled it off so well. And talking about the characters, all of the characters, so we've got our four main characters. We've got Audrey, Lolo, Kat, and Deadeye, and we see them all hit this journey in Beijing and learn more about themselves, who they are, but also like come to understand that actually they're like, you know, they all have a part in each other's lives, even though
Yeah.
they really don't think that they do. So the characters were really good. My favorite was Lolo. She was amazing. I loved her. I Yeah, she was really good. I think she really carried the whole movie. I mean, Audrey is the main character, but without Lolo, none of the events in that movie would have happened. So she is like the main star for me. Um, so I mentioned that they went to Beijing, and I quite like that. We got to see China and saw them sort of, trying to. So some of them have gone to China, Beijing before, and some of them, Audrey is not really familiar with Chinese herself, or even like, the culture and stuff. And so it was really nice just seeing her sort of like assimilate and learn and see like what the culture is all about, how the people are and stuff. And all of her friends are like really there to help and stuff. And it was just really nice just getting to see like a different location. Like I say this in quite a few things, but usually our locations are literally either just, fake because, superhero stuff and they're not really real, or they're always in the US, or if we're lucky in England, if we're lucky, but mainly in the US. So it's just really nice, stepping out of the US and going to somewhere else, somewhere where I don't think a lot of movies tend to like feature, at least not the ones I sort of see. So
Mm.
it's just really nice getting to see that. Um, Even though I said this was a comedy, they really do pick up on some really like sensitive topics, and that's what I really like, because some of the films that we've been watching recently, like they've been comedies, but they've also had like such a deep meaning to it, and they also don't shy away from like talking about like sensitive stuff. So one of the ones in this was immigrants and the struggles of like settling in another country and like knowing who you are. So because if you take like someone like from Asia, drop them off in America, like the majority of the people, are white. So there's going to be cultural differences and like, it's like a different upbringing. So it was just really nice getting to see that. Adoption is another one. I'm not going to say too much about that, but it was really nice getting to see that portrayed and just seeing the journey that they went on and trying to figure out stuff. And yeah, like I said, like the comedy was the best thing about the movie. Like it was, it was, there was a lot of weird stuff in that movie. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, what? I did not sign up for this, because before watching the movie, I didn't like really read anything or watch anything about the movie. I literally just saw that it was a comedy, and I was like, okay, well, it's a comedy. I like a good comedy. Sounds good. So I went into it like not knowing anything, and I was like really surprised. Like that was exactly what I was watching, because it's not something you would. you would think you would see maybe in the film, like if you didn't know what it was. But it definitely gave it just like such a good feeling, and it just really, I don't know, it really complemented the storyline and the characters, like the comedy. Like it was just so good. It like fit in perfectly. But yeah, you definitely need to watch it. I mean, I don't know if like you maybe want to watch it for the comedy, which I would think would be the main reason. Maybe you want to watch it for one of the actresses in the movie or the actors, maybe. I don't know. But I think definitely this movie is definitely should be known for its comedy. It's like one of the best comedy movies I've watched in a really long time. It sort of reminded me of The Hangover, if you guys have seen that. It sort of has this sort of similar sort of thing. I mean, of course, it's not the same, but it's sort of like a similar sort of take on it, but of course, completely different because the characters are different, their backgrounds are different, what they want to do are different. Like, so, but yeah, you should definitely watch it. Like, just give it a go because I'm sure you're like, because I was pleasantly surprised about it, and I'm sure you guys will be as well when you watch it.
Yeah, yeah, this is probably my favorite film throughout this year because this is like it had everything, like literally everything. The humor was amazing. Like what Emily said, there was one joke of another. Like even in a random subject, someone just busts in with a joke and it's like bloody hell, that's actually really funny. It was good. Lolo, she was yeah, there wouldn't be a film without her. She was the main star. Without her, like the film would be dead. She kept it going, she kept the story going, and Aud- Audrey was an interesting character as well, and I like her story because we know like stories about like people like young kids who've been adopted, and we see their story mainly through when she's been raised by her adoptive parents. But in this, like we see her grown up and she's trying to decide who she is, not with her family back home, but like actually confronting a country that she's never been connected with her whole life. So it's pretty interesting, and I really like that story. And I love the friendship is really good. And the characters are so different compared to one another. Like some of it, like Audrey's is really smart, and Lolo is really funny, and Kate and Deadeye they're really good as well. So their connection is really good. I love them together. Kind of reminds me of us in the beta, but yeah, there were some scenes that are very unpredictable, such as the singing bit I was not expecting. But to be honest, it was really good, and it got better to the end. Trust me. um, yeah, and then I remember watching the trailer for this film. I can't remember exactly what it was about. I just knew the basic that four women were going to China and to do like a little friends holiday or maybe a business trip as well. Can't remember exactly, but I can't remember like the short clips that were in it. And when I look back, I instantly remember, how did I miss this? Like there was all the hot scenes in it, and there was like all the craziness, but it was so good. It was really, oh, I love the guys. Guys, you need to watch it too. If not for the comedy, guys, there's some good looking lads in there as well, and women. So yeah, give it a try definitely. Um yeah. Emily, how would you rate this film from 0 bad to 10 amazing?
I think I'd give it a 10. Like,
Yeah,
I honestly can't think of anything that I didn't like in there, or like anything I was like, oh God, why did they do that? Or they should have done that. Like the
yeah.
only thing I think maybe like I would have liked to have seen something maybe a little bit more longer, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it I think it was like it was perfectly paced and stuff, and the story
It was.
took a bit of a turn as well at a point as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and the character development was in a good steady pace as well. Like they're all grown so different, but all really well. Like they each one of them actually like some didn't know, but they each had like had their own mission of self-discovery, and which that I also love about the film. It's all about finding yourself and finding who you are. And it's hard because sometimes people don't know where they come from or don't know what family they're from, and sometimes what you have now is what made you who you are. It's not always about what you had in the past, but I guess it's always a curiosity. But I think it definitely had a great message in it, and it was moving and touching, guys. Like, besides the comedy, which was a great thing, there was also something really special and unique in the film, which was really, yeah. Was there any films that felt like it reminds you of, Emily?
Like I said before, The Hangover.
Oh yeah.
The Hangover is definitely sort of quite similar, but of course not the same. Bridesmaids as well, because it's got that same sort of
Yeah.
comedy, but not really like this had it in like another completely different
Yeah, in
sense.
another level, yeah.
Yeah, but
This one had like in a very adult like level. Like,
yeah,
guys,
don't
do
watch
not
it
watch
with
this with
your
your kids.
with your parents.
Yeah. Definitely. It kind of reminds me of like a girl's trip. I think I haven't seen it, but I definitely remember hearing about it from a trailer or something. And a little bit like the emotional parts kind of reminds me of like Lion. I don't know. It just had that same like emotional connection that you felt for the character. And yeah, if you get the emotion part and the comedy, put it in, you get Joyride. It's absolutely brilliant. Anything else, Emily?
Yeah, I think the other thing that we also mentioned, like when we're coming back from watching the movie, was we'd actually really like to see a sequel. Like it could definitely do with a
Yeah,
sequel. Like they could definitely do another trip or something, and you
yeah.
know, but that'd be really cool. Like maybe another country or something. Like so,
Mm.
yeah, definitely would want a second movie, Joyride 2 or whatever they want to call it.
Another Joyride. Okay, guys, that's our non-spoiler review on Joyride. If you haven't seen it, guys, definitely watch it. We definitely recommend it to you. It's funny, it's great, it has everything. Literally a girls' trip traveling around, and there's so much humor, and there's so much hotness, and there's so much craziness. What more can you ask for? Definitely watch it. But before you leave, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the film if you haven't seen it. Don't spoil it for other viewers. Just tell them, like, was it your favorite? What was your favorite scene? Or like maybe it was a train scene with the whole little drugs or something. That was really cool as well. Also follow us on Instagram or Twitter. If you do follow us, we can follow you back. It would mean a lot to us. Also check out the website Emily has made for us. It was all about us and some of the videos we've done over the years. You can check out our other non-spoiler reviews that we've done this year, such as Elemental. We've also done Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We've done so many, guys. Please check them out on the channel, and yeah, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to us, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.